Hey there, good morning and welcome to JVIG I am outside today on this absolutely gorgeous morning here in Carmel, Indiana. Now, because I am outside, you may very likely hear my dogs barking. So we're just going to go with it if that happens, but it was just too pretty to be inside. Today, I want to touch on a post that I did a couple weeks ago that warranted a lot of responses, positively and negatively. It was really interesting to see the responses. So some of you might know that I won an award at Summit here in India a few weeks ago. But the post that I did was about how, and I think this is a really important post for women to hear as well. The post was about how in 10 years, as I've been a Beachbody coach, and really even before that, for 17 years, building a business as a fitness instructor, as a master trainer, then getting into Beachbody and building a business as a Beachbody coach, and very tangibly seeing our lives completely change. And by change, I really mean through experiences and opportunities. We live in the very same house that we lived in before Beachbody. I drive a Chevy Traverse, and I do not carry a Louis Vuitton bag. I had one, I sold it, it's not me. That is not what we are about. We are about experiences and opportunities. And you know, if you're in my family, if you're around me in my life, you have seen our life very visibly, concretely change because of Beachbody. And you're just gonna have to wait a minute, Winnie. We're talking right now. We're talking. And it's been interesting to watch how no one in my family has ever said anything about my business. And so I won this award, I was completely surprised and super, super honored. And I did a post about a week later talking about how still no one in my family had ever said anything to me about my business. And here is multiple pictures of me standing on a stage winning this award. And interestingly enough, some of my friends didn't even say anything about it. Actually, some of my coaches didn't even say anything about it. And the post really was about, at its heart, not, that my family and my friends don't say anything, what that is what it is. That's just what it is. But the post is about, as women, especially, this is a female syndrome, that as women, we are very often waiting for validation or approval or permission to do something that we want to do. And when we don't get it from whoever it is that we're seeking it from, we don't go after our goals and our dreams. So I shared the post that I had it sitting on my heart, and I wanted to share it because it really wasn't to sort of call out my family or say anything negative about my family. A fact is a fact. Either you acknowledge that someone's done something pretty cool in their life because of this business, or you don't. So a fact is a fact. And human beings are human beings, and we're all focused on ourselves, and that just is what it is. But what I wanted to really articulate in that post was that women in particular wait for permission and approval to go after their goals and dreams. I don't know why it's women more than men, but it just is. And if you wait for permission and approval and validation from someone other than you're going to be waiting a very long time. And it's important to know this is not some sort of blanket permission slip to just like, well, I'm just going to go do whatever I want to do, and I don't care if anyone approves. No, that's not it. What I'm saying is, if you have a goal or a dream, I don't care whether it's to build a business as a Beachbody coach, or to be a fitness instructor, or to, as my daughter, to be on Broadway, or to go to school in New York, or to pursue a career as a writer. Whatever. My husband wanted to be a football coach. No one in his family understood that either. And if you have these goals and dreams in your life, and you're waiting on someone else to say, I give you permission to do it, you will be waiting a very long time. Humans are focused on themselves. So it doesn't mean that wanting permission or validation is abnormal. It just means that waiting on it means you'll be waiting your entire life. And so when I wrote that post, that's what was really sitting in my heart, was that women tend to wait for someone else to give them permission or approval to go after their goals and dreams. And females, friends, we have to stop waiting. If I would have waited for someone in my family to say, nice job, Julie, yes, you should absolutely pursue that passion you have for fitness, and yeah, you should definitely do that, I would still be waiting. And it would be 17 years ago, and I'd still be waiting for someone to say, yep, you should do that. And 10 years ago, I'd still be waiting for someone to say, yep, you should be a coach. And my family's life would be exactly the same as it was 17 years ago. But because I didn't wait for permission or approval, and I didn't wait till I knew everything, because hell, I still don't know everything. I didn't wait. I just didn't know what I didn't know. And I didn't wait for someone to say, yes, you should do it. I just kept pursuing my passion. My family's life has changed. And that was the point of the post. And it was interesting, the responses that I got from it, because, well, no one in my family said anything about it to me, except my father-in-law did at the lake over the 4th of July, which was the first time ever he had said anything to me about my business. So that was pretty cool. It was very, very cool that he said something about it. So that really meant a lot. But it really wasn't to call out people. The post was to share what was in my heart. And that is, women, we have to stop waiting for permission and validation. You will be waiting your entire life. And, I got a couple messages from people that weren't so kind in response to that post. Like, well, I said something to you. Well, then you're obviously not who I'm talking about. And the post is really more directed toward my family. But actually, the post is really directed towards women in general waiting for approval. The post wasn't meant to call out someone. It simply was a statement of fact. I built a business for 10 years that no one in my family's really acknowledged or said anything about. That's a statement of fact. It is what it is. Whether or not they approve it, validate it, or give me permission to do it doesn't make it any less valuable. Whether or not someone says to me, wow, good job for winning that award, doesn't make that award less valuable. It doesn't. It's valuable to me. The business is important to me. Changing my family's life is important to me. So I'm going to do that whether I get validation or approval. So some of the responses were really interesting to get. But friends, what I want you to know is life is too short to wait for approval and validation. If you are waiting for someone else to give you permission to live your life, you will be waiting your entire life, and think of all that you would have missed. If I would have waited for someone to say, yes, Julie, you should be a Beachbody coach and we approve of what you're doing every step of the way, we would be 10 years ago still not able to pay our bills. What I've been able to create with this business are experiences and opportunities that have completely changed our family's life. And whether anyone else outside these four walls acknowledges that or not, doesn't lessen the impact that this business has had on our lives. Now, we are human and we love to get approval and validation. Absolutely. Humans want recognition. That is a natural human desire. We want to be recognized. It says to us that we matter. So when someone reaches out and says, wow, I'm so proud of you, or wow, you're doing an amazing job, that says to us that we matter. But you know what? You matter whether anyone tells you that you do or not. Just by your very existence, you matter. And your goals and dreams matter, whether anyone else approves of them or not. Your goals and dreams matter. And if you let someone else's permission dictate whether you go after those goals and dreams, the world could be missing out on something very special that only you can offer, because each of us has something very special and unique that we bring to the world. That's why we're here. That's why we matter. So friends, if you've got a goal and a dream in your heart and you are waiting for someone to tell you it's okay to go after it, I'll be the person. I'll write you the permission slip today. Yes, you can go after it, but the person that matters the most is you. Give yourself permission. Give yourself approval. Validate yourself. Know that you matter just by being here in this world. Your goals and dreams matter. And yes, you can make them happen. Absolutely. You have everything in you to make whatever you want to accomplish happen. You were not created to be average or ordinary. Get up. Make it happen. Go after it. Give yourself permission. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks. You are the one that matters. Create the life that you want to create. Give yourself permission to do that.